We all thought we was taking Melo.
Okay.
We all was on deck. We was always on board. We all thought Melo was Melo. We excited. It was perfect. Obviously, we had a team. We took Tayshaun the year before, but Tay would have been
could have put him anywhere.
Perfect six-man Swiss Army man. He'd do whatever, you know. So I thought we was perfectly built to have Melo. Here's the interesting question. I say this all the time. If we do get Melo, when was Bron gonna ever take over?
Because people forget Melo was neck and neck with Bron Rookie of the Year.
That was a hell of a rookie season. But now we're in the same division.
But he has a way better support system with y'all.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Now he gonna get raised right in the game.
His whole trajectory of his
25
career,
times.
Right. His whole trajectory of his career changes.
People see him as the second greatest Nugget ever, right behind Alex English. Melo was smooth, confident, and deadly on offense. He could score from anywhere, and when the game slowed down in the playoffs, his style fit perfectly. Even with all of that, when people talk about legacy, Melo is often compared to LeBron James, and that comparison usually does not favor Melo. LeBron James is seen by many as the best player of his generation, and by some as the greatest player of all time. His legacy is massive. Championships, finals appearances, MVPs, and long-term dominance have made him a global icon. But what Chauncey Billups is asking is not whether LeBron is great. The question is how much of that greatness, at least in terms of championships and legacy, was shaped by the situation around him. And that is where the Detroit Pistons come in. In the 2003 NBA draft, the Pistons had the second overall pick. Everyone knew LeBron was going first. After that, many people believed Carmelo Anthony was the clear choice. Melo had just led Syracuse to an NCAA championship as a freshman. He was NBA ready, strong, skilled, and confident. The Pistons were already a very good team, but they lacked one thing: a true go-to scorer who could take over games when needed. Melo was seen as the perfect fit. Even players on the team believed he was the pick. Chauncey Billups himself said that everyone thought they were taking Melo. The team was excited. They felt complete. They already had a strong core with Chauncey, Rip Hamilton, Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace, and Tayshaun Prince. Adding Carmelo Anthony to that group would have been scary for the rest of the league. Instead, the Pistons shocked everyone and selected Darko Milicic, a move that is now seen as one of the biggest draft mistakes in NBA history. Despite that mistake, the Pistons still won the championship in the 2003-2004 season. They beat the Lakers, who had Shaq, Kobe, Karl Malone, and Gary Payton. Detroit did it with teamwork, defense, and no true superstar scorer. The very next year, they went back to the finals and lost in 7 games to the Spurs. Then, in the 2005-2006 season, they won 64 games. All of this happened without Carmelo Anthony. Now, imagine adding him to that team. That is the heart of this discussion. If Detroit could do all of that without him, what happens if you place one of the best scorers of his generation into that system? It is very reasonable to believe they would have won more championships. At the very least, it's fair to say they repeated in 2004. There is also a strong chance they win in 2005 against the Spurs, because Melo could have been a difference in those tight games. If you project this forward, it is not crazy to give Carmelo Anthony 2 championships early in his career, maybe even 3. And these would not be rings where he joins a team later. These would be rings where he grows inside a winning system, stays with a franchise, and becomes the face of a dynasty. That alone would change how people see Carmelo today. At the same time, look at LeBron James in Cleveland. In his early years, the Cavaliers were not good. They struggled to put a strong team around him. LeBron was amazing as an individual player, but the team success was not there at first. If Detroit is dominating the East with Carmelo Anthony, winning championships year after year, when does LeBron get his chance to take over the league? That is what Chauncey Billups was pointing out. If Carmelo is winning titles in Detroit, the media focus shifts. The narrative changes. Instead of LeBron being the young king waiting to rule the league, Carmelo might be the one holding that crown. Winning changes everything. It affects how players are viewed, how fans connect with them, and how history remembers them. A young Melo with championships would have been seen very differently. There is also the free agent factor. Players want to play with winners. If Carmelo is leading a championship team in Detroit, free agents might want to join him. That could keep the Pistons strong, even as the original core gets older. Meanwhile, LeBron in Cleveland might struggle even more to attract help. The gap between their situations could grow wider. Another important part of this discussion is personality and public image. Carmelo Anthony and LeBron James are very different in how they handle the spotlight. LeBron has always been very open, very vocal, and very involved in many things on and off the court. That has brought him both praise and criticism. Some fans love it, others feel it hurts his image at times. Carmelo, especially early in his career, was quieter. He was more careful with the media. He knew what to say and what not to say. He did not put himself in the middle of every conversation. If Melo had been winning championships while staying with one franchise, that quiet confidence could have made him a very beloved icon. He might have avoided some of the backlash that LeBron has faced over the years. This brings us to another big question, the super team era. LeBron's decision to leave Cleveland and form a super team in Miami changed the league forever. It normalized star players joining forces to chase championships. But what if Carmelo had shown another path? What if he stayed in Detroit, won titles the old school way, and built a long-term winner with one franchise? If that had happened, LeBron's move might have been judged much more harshly. The contrast would be clear. One star stays, builds, and wins. The other leaves to team up with other stars. Media members, fans, and former players might have pushed back harder against the super team idea. The entire culture of the league could have shifted. It is also possible that LeBron, seeing Carmelo win the right way, feels more pressure to stay in Cleveland longer. Or maybe he leaves anyway, but the reaction is very different. Either way, the story of the NBA in the 2000s and 2010s would not look the same. None of this is meant to tear down LeBron James. His greatness is real, and his talent is undeniable. But basketball is a team sport, and situation matters more than people sometimes want to admit. Draft choices, front office decisions, and timing can shape careers in ways that players cannot fully control. Carmelo Anthony landed in Denver, a team that was good but not built like those Pistons. He carried a heavy load from day one. He scored, he led, but he did not have the same structure, defense, and championship-ready core around him. That does not mean he failed. It just means his path was harder. When you really think about it, the Darko Milicic pick might have changed NBA history. One decision by Joe Dumars could have flipped legacies. Carmelo could be remembered as a multi-time champion and the face of a dynasty. LeBron might still be great, but his championship count and public image could look very different. This is why Chauncey Billups' comment matters. It is not disrespect, it is perspective. It reminds us how thin the line is between how we remember players. A different jersey, a different city, a different front office decision, and everything changes. At the end of the day, this is one of the greatest what-if stories in NBA history. We will never know for sure how it would have played out, but when you line up the facts, the teams, and the results, it is very easy to see why some people believe Carmelo Anthony in Detroit could have changed everything. The championships, the legacy battles, the super team era, and even how fans talk about LeBron James today might all look very different. That is why this debate will never fully go away. It forces us to look beyond talent and look at context. It shows how much timing and opportunity matter. And it reminds us that sometimes one draft pick can echo through decades of basketball history.